Diggin It with Eric Richey is brought to you by Range Fit, the hydration your body deserves. White Sands Beach Volleyball Complex and Seeger Sandbar. H-Worth Elevator Service, serving Louisiana and Mississippi. K. Miller Gem and Jewelry, specializing in loose gemstone and fine custom-made jewelry. And by Allstate agent Greg Bravata. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Diggin' It with Eric Richey. So glad you're with us. Once again, we've got the full gamut of the sport of volleyball covered. On the high school level, plenty of just tremendous rivalry games to talk about. Collegiately, we're going to focus in on the Southern Jags. And on the beach scene, we went all the way to Jacksonville, Florida to cover the River City Classic, the Invitational that brought in some area teams and area players that we'll focus on in just a bit. And of course, we have our young MCs, some milestones and commitments to get to. But as we do each and every week on this show, we start with high school volleyball. And that segment is brought to you by Greg Bravata, Allstate insurance agent, along with Range Fit. That's right, the hydration your body deserves. This week on the high school scene, there were several big games and great examples of the sport of volleyball and how much it means to the fans and the family members of the sport. We're going to show you highlights now of 4 different games over the last 7 days since we last met. We start with last Tuesday, Sacred Heart and JJ won an incredible comeback against Newman. Then on Wednesday, the Pinnacle. It doesn't get any bigger in the state of Louisiana than a pink game between Mount Carmel and Dominican. Dominican goes to Mount Carmel, wins in 4, as you would expect, tremendous environment. This past Saturday, VSN, we live streamed the Newman Invitational Tournament. And on Saturday, we brought you the finals where St. Michael defeated Dunham in the finals of that NIT Classic. And then on Monday of this week, another pink game, this time Hannon hosting John Curtis.
Abbott's will serve again. Down 1. Newman gets the point. We go to a 5th set. Reed blocked up front. It's kept alive. And somehow the Cardinals escape, and it's 24-all. Dig. And now the Cardinals will have a match point. Ellie Habits serving potentially for the match. Up in the air, nobody knows what to do! The Cardinals, I have no idea how they won this match, but they just did. 26-24 in set 4.
They regroup, get their team back ready to play. Can Mount Carmel keep the pedal to the metal here? Molly Baker does a fantastic job getting back into play. Oh, and look at Sarah Clement right on cue. Takes the medicine from Molly Baker and says, I can do that too. Yes, this is what you call volleyball right here. Oh, good swing there from Annabelle LeBure.
So good.
Probably one of the best in the state. Jessica Chatelier, there she is right there. Her team's going to be ready to play. I don't care if you're playing Mount Carmel or East Jeff. She's coming prepared to play.
And this is why you come to Mount Carmel and play volleyball.
Absolutely.
For these moments.
Allie Steele with the push. I like the idea. Defense is there. Mahoney with another kill. Oh, what a rip from Mahoney. Wow. That looked like a bullet.
She's going to hurt somebody.
She is going to hurt somebody. Baker over to Rainey Smith. And she puts it away. Rainey Smith having a great night.
Does that Dominican student section right there, do they have the look that they're going to storm the court?
I would. And she sails it out. That's going to be the end of the game. Dominican takes 3-1 over Mount Carmel. The student section of Dominican storms the court. Big win for Dominican tonight, coming in to the Mount Carmel Cubs home gym with an impressive 3-1 victory over Mount Carmel.
Gary into the middle of the Towner, and she gets the kill, and it is 13-9 for the Warriors.
Covering the court, getting in offense, pass set hit. There you go.
LeBlanc with a rip to end the first set after the great dig by Rodriguez. LeBlanc that puts it away in a convincing first set win for St. Michael the Archangel. The Warriors winning it 25-14.
Nice set.
Oh, great up by Gary. Bravada from the 10-foot line gets the kill. What a point for St. Michael.
I'll tell you, look, she's crafty, huh?
And a great up by Bravada. And LeBlanc finds an opening.
Perfect spot.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want from your 2-6 rotation players.
Overpass and a chance for another point. LeBlanc rips it again, and it's 18-11. LeBlanc, another kill. Bella LeBlanc with 7 kills.
All right, let's see what they can do with this. Nice set.
And there's another kill.
There you go. Yeah, good transition dig, able to run the offense, take a big swing.
Tipped over, chance for the winner. Bravada off the block, and it is good. And St. Michael wins the Newman Invitational 25-14, 25-17. Bella Bravada finishing it off with her 8th kill time, tied for team lead. And St. Michael gets their 29th win of the season against just one loss. Dunham falls to 25-8.
Go outside for the tip, but John Curtis is going to take set one, 28-26. And Lily does just as you've asked. And Hannon's in system to the middle for a kill. Such a high percentage when we run that ball through the middle to Bailey.
Yeah, that's 15 for 15. Yep, drop that thumb.
Josie's going to set Jillian on the outside. Eliza with a dig out to Michaela. And a kill from Michaela Mortar. Curtis gets within one. Oh, wow. A little tape ace. A little tape ace.
Jordan.
I think it was Janaya. And they block again. Bailey Josie's going to go outside to Jillian. And that finds the hole. Jillian again on just a soft finesse shot finding the court. Grace delivers. It's going to go outside to Goldie. And against a single block, she's
nice
going to get a
swing
kill.
by Goldie. 15 kills now for Goldie.
Yeah. Nice set to the outside. Ina's going to roll it. Goldie's
Goldie.
there. Josie will set in the gap to Goldie, and she hits it off the block. Nice job. Finds the ground.
To Libero.
Pass to Libero. Right side to Dufresne. She's been lethal on the right. And just what Hannah needs. Corey Porcio's in on the right side now with Josie serving, and that's going to be an ace.
Yeah, that is 10 aces for Hannon, 2 for Josie.
Keeps it alive. Michaela with a pass. Ina with a swing. Grace with a dig. Outside again to Goldie.
What a shot.
What a shot.
What a shot by Goldie Lowe. Have yourself a night, Goldie.
And offensively, that's going to step back to Goldie. That's blocked, but a net violation.
Ball game. What a game.
And that's the match. Always so competitive between these two teams.
And that makes 19 kills on that last one for Goldie.
Wow.
Really, really big night for her.
Incredible.
Just some fantastic environments across the state this week in high school volleyball. Would expect nothing different. And the good news is it's only going to get better from here because this regular season is coming to a close in just 2 weeks. So without further ado, here's the Power 25. We released it on social media yesterday, and we've got a new number one, St. Michael, coming off a 7-0 week. We showed you their highlights of their championship win in the NIT Invitational against Dunham. They went 7-0 this past week. St. Michael, the new number one, followed by Dominican, who, of course, beat Mount Carmel midweek. They jump up into the 2 spot. Mount Carmel drops to number 3. But let me tell you, after taking a haymaker to their rivals midweek, they finished strong, going 4-0 at the Country Day tournament, winning that Country Day tournament and picking up some big wins along the way, including wins against Hannon and now moving to 31-3 overall. A 6-1 week from Hannon. That Mount Carmel loss was their only loss. We also saw that they just won on Monday as well. So Hannon continues to move up. Slidell stays at number 5. St. Thomas More, after a 3-0 week, they jump up back into the 6th spot. Country Day went 6-1 this past week. They are now 7th in the Power 25. Haynes, they dropped 4 games this past week. They dropped 4 spots, a tough tournament for them where they lost 3 different times. U-High is 9th. St. Scholastica beat Slidell, went 5-2 for the week, and they hold steady at number 10. Edie White moves up. They beat U-High. Edie White now 21-8. They're 11th. Dunham 12th. John Curtis is 13th. Those teams right there, Edie White, Dunham, and John Curtis, have just kind of exchanged positions over the last couple of weeks. Parkview Baptist, they stay at 14. Westminster Christian also remaining status quo at number 15. 16, North Shore jumps up after a 6-1 week for Danny Davis and company. Fountain Blue at 17. Newman at 18. Turlings Catholic moving up into the 19th spot. North Lake Christian at 20. C.E. Bird, a 4-0 week. They're at 27-5. Dutchtown, on C.E. Bird. That's actually 40 points. They did not go 4-0. They lost one time, but they had a big win in the tournament that they played in Belle Chase. I think they went 6-1 throughout the week. Dutchtown stays at 22. Chappelle moves up. They're into the 23 spot. Natchitoches Central at 23. They're tied with them. And at 25 is Central Catholic, with Southside, AOL, Sam Houston, and St. Joseph all receiving other votes. And for the second consecutive week, our guest is the new number 1 coach in the land. So let's head to Baton Rouge and bring in St. Michael head coach Latashia Wise-Jackson. Coach, a quick story. Saturday, I'm in Jacksonville. I get a text from your assistant, Terry LaRose. She sends me a picture of your victorious team shot holding up those plaques, and all it said was, "Can we be number 1 in the Power 25 now?" You are. And congratulations. You've been right there the whole year. One of the best teams in the state. Now, according to 9 panelists statewide, you are the number 1 team across all 5 divisions. That's got to feel unbelievable.
Thank you. It does. It does. Like I said before, we like to give glory to God for the talent that he has given us. Obviously, that's who we play the game for. But these young women have been relentless all year long. Excuse me, I'm a little hoarse, battling a little cold, and from the long weekend we had.
Maybe screaming a little bit too, maybe getting excited.
Yeah, just getting excited about high school volleyball right now at this time of the year. And for our team, they, like I said, they've been playing some really, really good volleyball, but also being exciting to watch.
Coach, what's the formula right now that you have kind of developed over your last 2 stops? Vanderbilt, you come into a program that was kind of hit a wall. You had some really good players, Neil Grace-Berry, Shea Sanders, Kinley Sebo, and you took that team 2 years in a row deep into the playoffs to the Cajun Dome. And now you come into a team, again, first year with many of the same pieces from a year ago, and look at you, the number 1 team right now in the state. What is your philosophy when you come into a program that's got the pieces, but somehow you put them together to make good runs?
Well, I take little credit for it, Eric. I really do. When you have the tools in a box, it makes building the house a little bit better. It makes it a little bit easier, per se, on my part, so I just come in with, the fire and passion that I have for the game, and instill some motivation and these young women, and give them all the credit that they deserve, and, just give them a little bit more motivation to tell them, that you're capable, you have the skill. I'm going to give you a little kick in the butt, and we're going to roll from there. But, just being confident in their abilities.
That's awesome. I thought you were giving me a kick in the butt. I'm like, what did I do? Did I say something? Because we've been like a good luck charm to St. Michael this season. And, I obviously, you and I have known each other since you were a coach at Assumption, and I've always followed your career. And then you go to be an assistant at Dominican, moved there for family reasons, and all you do is win 4 state championships in 4 years. Thanks. And then as a parent from Mount Carmel, that was a thanks. And then boom, you go to Vanderbilt, have a couple deep runs, and here you are again at St. Michael making a run. So I go and cover, with this show, we do a pretty extensive, deep dive into a big game or a big tournament every week. And one of the first ones we did was your win against Mount Carmel at the Catholic League tournament. Tell me about that match. And I mean, there was so many plays in that game that were like highlight material. Like every time I was, circling a play, that's a highlight. That's a highlight. And then it goes extra points. We've got video is incredible from both teams.
Yeah, much credit to Mount Carmel and Taylor and the job that she's doing over there. Mount Carmel historically is, one of the best programs in the state. Obviously, along with my friend over at Dominican, Jessica Chatelier, who I've, along my journey, learned so much from. That match was remarkable. I like to think that it was, a huge spark for us. Going in, playing these New Orleans schools of such high caliber volleyball. And, we were down in that match several times, but specifically in the third set, we come out and we're down by a lot. And in the second as well. And like I said, these girls being relentless and just showing some grit and just working every play. So our season has been built on me telling them, you got to turn the page. Just turn the page every play, every set, every match, and look forward. Look forward to what's in front and not behind. And they've done just that, and they've been successful.
They have. And I interviewed a couple of your players after that game, as well as you, outside of Dominican High School. And the one thing I noticed was that confidence that might not have been there earlier in the season. After that win, I think that you guys realized that you could do it. This is a good team. I remember Bella Bravata and Skylar Towner both saying something like, hey, letting everybody in the state know, hey, we're coming, kind of like Ed Ogeron back in the day. We're coming. We're coming. And then you even said something about, that's a statement to the state of Louisiana today. You made a big statement. And what it did is I'm segueing to the next big win against U-High, because when you hosted U-High just a couple weeks later, U-High came in at 18-0 and, studs all over the place, a huge team, raw, young team. But I think your team had already been through the battles, right? U-High hadn't played many Power 25s at that point. And I think you really took care of business, right? The scores were close. You won 3-1 overall, but I don't think there was any doubt who the better team was that night. And I think that experience and that confidence that you gained earlier in the season showed big time on that night.
Yeah, you have to be battle tested. And we showed just that. Our fans were amazing. Our student body section, a huge shout out to them, to Warrior Nation, who always do such a good job of helping carry us over. U-High have some studs on their team, very well made up team. At that point, I said that was one of the biggest teams we have seen up front, on the net. And it gave us something different to look at offensively. But once again, my girls, they battled that game, that very game that you're seeing clips of. We were out, our starting libero, Ava Rodriguez, was out with she being sick. She was sick for a week. So we had some other players like Camille Kitchen, Avery Gotro that stepped up defensively for us. So we also have a bench that, that is kind of deep, that step in, and they're confident as well coming off the bench with being prepared, because they know that at any given time I can pull them off that bench and put them into what can be a very, very big moment. So I try to make sure that I do a good job of preparing them for that as well.
When you look up and down your roster, you talk about the bench. Even you had a player before the season tear her ACL, has been out for the year, another 6-foot stud that would have made this team even better. And just props to her for always being engaged in this process her senior year. I think that player just committed to a college, and maybe Jones College or visited. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is you're getting contributions all over the place, right? So Bella Bravata, we know, is a 6 rotation outside. Skylar Towner, the Louisiana Tech commit in the middle and all over the front row. They are just massive studs, right? They're hammers. But tell me about some of the other players. You mentioned your libero, but the sister combo with your setter and one of your middles and Bella LeBlanc. I dubbed her Miss Clutch earlier in the year for what she did against Mount Carmel. I saw she was a beast again this weekend in the finals against Dunham at the NIT. Tell me about maybe some players that maybe don't get that recognition that we see all the time that have been huge parts of the success for this Warriors volleyball team.
Well, we can start with our setter, Marielle Gary, who early on, when we played Hannon, we started off running 6-2, and she had to take on the role of running a 5-1. She has been remarkable. She has taken on the role of running this offense, like I said, like a quarterback. She has taken on this role of dispersing the ball equally and in the right moments of doing what is necessary as a leader. She has been outstanding for us. Her little sister, not so little, much bigger than her, Eliza Gary, who plays middle for us and also some right side. She's been another key factor for our team, along with our 6 rotation, Bella LeBlanc, who's like a silent assassin that people don't see her coming, but she is probably one of the most consistent players on our team, on our roster. So much credit to her as well. Brennan Cooper, who is another senior who has contributed significantly to our success this year, along with our libero Ava Rodrigue, who has made some remarkable defensive plays, along with Camille Kitchen. We have a huge supporting cast that gets the job done, and they take it all in stride, and it's a huge team effort.
It is. And again, VSN is going to be in the house for yet another huge St. Michael contest this week. On Thursday, you bring in your good friend Allison Didier Leak and Parkview Baptist, and Yana Times, Marin Price, Aiden Polk, their setter. It goes on and on. Kennedy Otwell, the libero. I mean, you have a stud team coming in. Their record, maybe not one of the best in the state, but their talent level is one of the best in the state. They could make a big, deep run in the Cajun Dome. And they, the year before you got there, last year, again, St. Michael, great record, really playing for a district title. Parkview Baptist just smoked them. So set the matchup up this Thursday, live streaming on VSN. Jason Doey's the play-by-play. Happy to say former Ascension Catholic coach Janelle Leonard will be on color for that game. Set us up. What's going to be the environment? What's going to be the key to the victory on Thursday against Parkview Baptist?
Well, it is fall break for us over at St. Michael, so we're hoping that we can get as much as the student body there as possible. We're bringing St. Michael's bringing back their volleyball alum to that game. We're going to have a tailgate outside prior to the game. Our freshman team is playing at 4, our JV is at 5, and we're just hoping to have a good showing for high school volleyball in Baton Rouge. To your very point, Allison Leak has done an outstanding job over at Parkview Baptist over the years. She and I has competed against each other. Just 2 years ago, we saw them in the quarterfinals. When I was over at Vanderbilt, she does an amazing job. She has an outstanding roster as well. We're just hoping that whatever the outcome of the game is, that is a good competitive match for VSN, but not only VSN, but also for the state of Louisiana and Division III volleyball.
Well, you have delivered every time that VSN has been in the house, and we're expecting more of the same this week. But look, Bella Johnston was the player that I wanted to point out earlier that tore her ACL just before the high school season, back in the club season. She's already visiting colleges. She's going to play at the next level. It's a shame that she gets to miss this season on the court, but I've been to at least 3 of your games this year where she's been engaged, right? She still
It's
stays with
unfortunate,
it.
Eric. That's unfortunate that a stud like her have to miss her senior year. But, I've tried to be instrumental this year in letting her know that, you still a part of this team, very much so, of the success of this program previously. And when you do the right things and you work as hard as she has in her volleyball career, that it'll come and she'll play somewhere and have the ability to go forth and continue to play the game of volleyball.
Well, we certainly wish Bella the best of luck in her future of her collegiate career, which is going to happen. And we wish you and Coach Terry and those players just the best. It's been just such a joy and a spark of energy. I mean, I cover sports, a 35-year career or so. And what I enjoy the most is teams that show passion and energy and hustle. And every time I watch you guys, I get the goosebumps even talking about it. It's just a fun brand of volleyball. And you do it the right way, Coach. You deserve all the flowers that are coming your way. Good luck. You got to finish strong because now the important part of the season starts. So that was a great setup. Now let's play for real. So good luck Thursday against Parkview Baptist and just make a deep run. And we wish you the best. Continued success in the playoffs. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. And as always, thank you and VSN for having me.
You got it. That's Latashia Wise Jackson. What a job she's done this year for the Warriors. Her first year and just an amazing 29-1 season, #1 in the Power 25. It's time for us to take our first break. When we return, we go from the prep scene to the collegiate scene and check out those Southern Jags having a good year. And right now, they're hot. We're back after this. For all of your insurance needs, call Allstate agent Greg Bravada. Auto, home, life, and retirement, Greg has a plan that's right for you. Allstate agent Greg Bravada, a proud supporter of the area volleyball scene. The Sports Pub and Grill in Destrehan has it all. A great place to watch the game, daily drink specials, and you won't believe the food. From our fresh 10-ounce burgers, fully loaded baked potatoes, and great salads too, like taco salad and grilled chicken. Need something to rinse it down with? How about one of our refreshing daiquiris? A great atmosphere for the whole family. Just a few miles west of the airport. The Sports Pub and Grill, 3001 Ormond Boulevard in Destrehan. Range Fit's premium electrolyte blend elevates the standard in hydration, delivering both incredible taste and powerful effectiveness. Zero sugar or artificial sweeteners. It's the perfect balance of performance and flavor. Go to rangefit.com, use code DIGGINIT15 at checkout for 15% off. Before we get into the college segment, a shout out to the friends of Diggin It with Eric Richey, and that means Hworth Elevator Service. Our good friend Brandon and company do a tremendous job. Give them a call for all of your elevator and escalator needs, not only in Louisiana, but in Mississippi as well. Now let's head to the collegiate scene where we went to the Bluff this weekend. Southern returns to SWAC play this week. Winners of 4 of their last 5 in league play. Really the last couple years, it's been an upward trend for the Jags under second-year head coach Don Barnes. Paul Boron reports now on a team that has many players that we've seen right here on VSN contributing to the Jags' success.
The Southern Jaguars topped double digits in wins last year for the first time since 2019. Dawn Barnes has the Jaguars on a similar, if not better, path in her second season as she puts her stamp on the program.
My coaching philosophy is based off of the recruits that I recruit. I definitely believe in family, being a student athlete first, and then obviously just coming from solid family backgrounds that are family oriented, because I'd like my volleyball program to be like a sisterhood of family.
And many of these Jaguars have had that sisterhood before they even arrived on campus, because many of them played with and against each other in Louisiana. 8 players from our state are now representing Southern. And Nelson rips it down for the point. One of those players you have seen plenty on VSN, Zaria Nelson. The Newman Phenom is second on Southern in kills this season.
I actually love it because I get to see my family more often and come to games and stuff, and I feel like I really get to kind of cater back to Louisiana. I love the culture. It's very fun here. My teammates are amazing.
Last year you saw Mariah Mott hammering it at Hahnville. Now she's averaging a kill per set for the Jags.
I would love to take my talent to HBCU, so once I came here and I visited and I saw that it was like such family and at home, I was like, yeah, this is where I need to be, and I love it here.
Jordan Felix led McGee to a pair of Division V semifinal appearances. At Southern, she is second in the SWAC with 6.5 assists per set.
I think Southern has been a good fit for me because it feels like family. When I came on my visit, that was like the big selling point, and that's what really made me come here. I obviously love volleyball, but I really want to be somebody outside of volleyball, and I want to have a career, and I felt like this was the best place for me.
And Elise Dooms dominated at U-High. Now she is in her 5th year for her hometown team.
I feel really grateful that I've been able to play 5 years in the city that I'm from. I love Baton Rouge and I plan to stay here, so I'm glad that I've been able to play collegiately for the last 5 years.
There are 4 other players from our state on this Southern roster, including Zaya Nettles, the freshman from John Curtis, and another freshman, Jasmine Robertson from Madison Prep. So the state of Louisiana should be well represented on the Bluff for years to come.
We do have quite a few in-state players. I think it's important to recruit players in our backyard. I'm all about also recruiting out of state, but I also definitely don't want to not tap into the talent that's here, right here in Louisiana. So that's important to me.
So if you're a fan of Louisiana volleyball, this surging Southern program should be a team you watch. In Baton Rouge, I'm Paul Boron for VSN.
Range Fit's premium electrolyte blend elevates the standard in hydration, delivering both incredible taste and powerful effectiveness. Zero sugar or artificial sweeteners. It's the perfect balance of performance and flavor. Go to rangefit.com, use code DIGGINIT15 at checkout for 15% off. For all of your insurance needs, call Allstate agent Greg Bravada. Auto, home, life, and retirement, Greg has a plan that's right for you. Allstate agent Greg Bravada, a proud supporter of the area volleyball scene.
What I love about this place and most proud of this place is this community. Take a look around, this place is fantastic. Everything we do here is with passion. What separates White Sands from other places is the vibe. The community, the people, everyone here is family. See you on the sand at White Sands Seeker Sandbar.
Local, family-owned H. Worth Elevator Service is the name you should choose when it comes to your commercial or residential elevator needs. We offer elevator installation, repair, and maintenance services. Choose professional elevator contractors in Kenner, licensed and insured. 24/7 emergency services available, warranties available. Backed by over 4 generations of elevator mechanics. Call H. Worth Elevator Service for your elevator needs. From the hardwoods, we head to the sand. It's beach volleyball time, brought to you by the White Sands Volleyball Complex and Seeger Sandbar. This week, we went all the way to Jacksonville, Florida for the River City Invitational. It's a fall beach volleyball tournament hosted by Jacksonville University, which also included teams like Mercer, North Florida, and Stetson. Like in our college indoor segment, when we featured Southern, loaded with some local players that we've seen right here on VSN, ditto for this beach segment at Jacksonville University. Gorgeous weekend for beach volleyball in Jacksonville, Florida this past weekend for the River City Invitational. Jacksonville University hosting Mercer, Stetson, and in-town rival North Florida on their new 8-court setup at Dolphin Beach.
I have never been to a campus where there's 8 courts, so for us to have 32 pairs here this weekend playing on 8 different courts is really nice. The girls get a ton of reps in. Every pair out here is playing 6 matches this weekend. If we only have 4 courts, it would take us 4 days to do that. So it's been really nice to have this space and the availability to move things around if we need to. And hopefully we can have like bigger camps and host the ASO tournament and do some more cool events now that we have the space and availability to do so. But it's been really nice. They're 2 completely different vibes. There's a little more wind out here. We have the river view. We can see dolphins out here. And then up there on the other 4 courts, we have the pool and some shade. So they're like 2 completely different facilities kind of intertwined in one.
And there were plenty of local connections to talk about. We start with Mercer freshman Giselle Estrada. The Mount Carmel grad is fitting in nicely with the Beach Bears.
My experience has been really good so far. Just like support from the team and the coaches like I've never gotten before. Like this is the first time where I feel like a family and like I feel like I'm a part of something that's gonna grow and like take off.
Absolutely outstanding. We threw her kind of to the wolves yesterday. We put her into the fire from the jump. I mean, she played, kind of the way we talked about it. UNF and Bo Stetson match up really, really good against our top 3 teams in the Sun Belt Conference that we were in. So the fact that she was able to compete with those teams, the transfer correlation into our conference play is there. So she's doing an awesome job. She's going to wind up being one of our rocks. She's doing great.
Something I've noticed is that it's really fast paced and that it's going to take a while for me to adjust, but I think with some practice and the right coaching, the coaches have been giving me a lot of great feedback, so I think with that I'll be able to like take it in and like adjust and put it into my game.
She plays really calm. Even if she's stressed out, she doesn't show it on her face, her mannerisms, the way she interacts with her partner. At this level of volleyball, when another team sees a person get frustrated, it's kind of like blood in the water. They're going to attack them even more. So the fact that she's able to kind of stay cool, calm, and collected, even when things aren't necessarily going her way, is good. It's a good thing. That's gonna serve her well moving forward.
It's been hard adjusting, but after like my first 3 weeks, I think I've been really good. Like the coaches have been really big about my recovery and rest. So like we've had meetings every week to like make sure I'm like getting good rest, sleep, like food, and just like taking care of my body. So yeah, it's been good. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's prepared me for this. Like college has been one of my dreams, like to play in college. So like everyone that's pushed me and like helped me keep going, just thank you. And I'm having so much fun here, so thank you.
Giselle saw a familiar face in Jacksonville. Yes, that's former Mount Carmel teammate Emma Richey, who's now a freshman with the Dolphins. Richey fought hard this weekend, playing on net 6 and net 7 for JU, and is enjoying the college experience.
High school, going to Jacksonville. Even though it's so far away, I feel like I'm at home, honestly. Everyone is so sweet and upbeat, and everyone is so welcoming, and I love my other freshmen here, and everyone's just very uplifting, and I love it here. And at JU, our environment is just growing each and every day, and I feel everyone with time is just doing so much better. We take practice very seriously, and as a team, we're just all one.
Eager and ready to learn. Like every single day at practice, she has a smile on her face, and she's always like, "Yes, coach, what do I need to do?" Like, she's found her place very nicely. She's a good kid to be around. Nobody has any complaints ever being around Emma. She's just someone you enjoy being on the court with.
Everyone here, they're just all pushing you to be your best. So when we're at tournaments every other weekend, we're just fighting, and that's what we do. We fight and we push ourselves to be the best that we can. And even though if we don't have the outcome that we want, we just keep on pushing.
Eager and willing to learn, and is ready to try anything new that we ask her to do. And it's just kind of like one of those kids who will say yes to me asking her anything, and we'll go out and perform and give her best shot, which is what we want out of our freshmen.
I like how our coaches mix and match pairs. You know, you get a new feel for your person and you just make them better. That's what we go about. We want to make everyone better, and as a partner, you can be the best partner you can. That's what we talk about a lot. You know, I feel like definitely as an undersized team, we push ourselves as much as we can, and we just are very scrappy, and we fight for every point that we can. No matter before any ball drops, we just keep on going.
And Richey has a Louisiana teammate at Jacksonville. Yes, that's former St. Joe star Morgan Perry. Perry, now a senior for the Dolphins, has been a fixture in JU's lineup since transferring from Southern Miss before the beginning of last season.
It's been the most positive experience playing in college. It's been really fun. They've been really welcoming. The whole team embraced me, not just half the team or a couple girls. The entire team welcomed me and wanted me to feel like I had a home here. And that just makes it easier to play volleyball, and especially Coach Dillon I mean, he took me out the portal and I had 8 days to decide where I was going to go to school and move. So it's been nothing but positive.
She seems to be really happy here, which is great, and she fit in day one. Our recruiting process with Morgan in the portal took like 4 days, and she kind of knew that this is where she wanted to be, and she fit in seamlessly, and she's been a Dolphin since the day that she got here, and she's bubbly and smiling and laughing, and she makes everybody around her better and happier, and that's kind of what we want.
It was quick. I had a month and a half to get accustomed to a new place and live somewhere new and find a partner and fit in somewhere on the team, but it was really nice I clicked with my partner Tina right off the bat, and we played really well together, and it was also a new energy I hadn't had before. She was really fiery and fun, and so we had a lot of fun playing together, and it was also felt like a new level of competition. I had a fresh start, and I could just start over somewhere, so I had a great time.
She's physical. She works hard in the weight room. She jumps well. She has a heavy arm, and she's very much like the rest of us as far as like stature goes. We're very mid-sized as a team, but Morgan is one of those girls who's not afraid to go up and crank a ball when she needs to, so it just kind of adds a little bit more different element of practice where we have a little bit more physicality, more just a little more speed and pace on the ball that we wouldn't usually get.
Yeah, this fall has been different. I mean, I still feel kind of new. I was only here one semester, and I really only played with 2 people last semester, so it's been fun to get to know the other girls more on the volleyball side than on the friendship side. And so I've really enjoyed playing with new people, like especially our freshman Megan yesterday, and playing with Kai today, and playing with Kate last weekend has been really nice this fall, and getting to play some of these other pairings from the other teams, because I felt like I'd gotten kind of a rhythm playing the same 3s and 4s players last spring. So it's been nice to have a different scenery.
Former Dominican star Ann Hardwin now plays for North Florida. She didn't play this past weekend at Jacksonville, but she has already punched her ticket to the ABCA Pairs Championship with her performance at Stetson 2 weeks ago. Congratulations to all the local products who are continuing their careers in beach volleyball on the collegiate level.
What I love about this place and most proud of this place is this community. Take a look around, this place is fantastic. Everything we do here is with passion. What separates White Sands from other places is the vibe. The community, the people, everyone here is family. See you on the sand at White Sands Seeker Sandbar.
Local, family-owned H. Worth Elevator Service is the name you should choose when it comes to your commercial or residential elevator needs. We offer elevator installation, repair, and maintenance services. Choose professional elevator contractors in Kenner, licensed and insured. 24/7 emergency services available, warranties available. Backed by over 4 generations of elevator mechanics. Call H. Worth Elevator Service for your elevator needs. It's time for our young MCs. You know it, milestones and commitments. We start with milestones. Fountain Blue's Ava Furman. Congratulations on career kill number 1,000. John Curtis Senior Setter Eliza Cola picks up career assist number 3,000. Congrats to both and to our commitment this week. Slidell's All-State Setter Ava Labat, staying close to home, committing to play college volleyball at Loyola. Again, a reminder, if you have a young MC, a person with a milestone, or just made a college commitment, email us right here, eric@varsitysportsnow.com. That will end this week's show. We want to send a special thank out to our guests. That, of course, was Latashia Wise Jackson from St. Michael. A big thank you as well to our director, Justin Thomas, and our graphics whiz kid who actually had a cameo in this week's show, doing what she does best is play, but Eric Richey also doing some graphics for the show as well. Thanks so much for helping me celebrate the sport of volleyball right here on Diggin' It with Eric Richey. Diggin' It with Eric Richey is brought to you by